Hey guys, Matt here. I'm out at beautiful Etowah Park with my Infinite Slinger bag full of the discs from the Infinite Mystery Box. And I'm gonna see if I can shoot better out here than I did with just the Reptilian Disc Golf Stego. I'd actually like to get close to my average out here, which this year was 7 under par, over 20 holes, and I did 3 under with the Stego. So if I don't do better than 3 under, I will be very depressed. Let's see how we do. I usually throw a Justice on hole 1. I'm going to try the Prodigy M1. It's the most overstable mid-range I've got in the bag right now. Okay, par on hole 1. The Icon Hunter is a pretty good putter. It did a nice upshot. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to throw here. I usually throw a Stego or a Harp, so let's try to figure something out. I'm going to try the slab. It's way too long for this, but should be overstable enough to get through that gap. I think I got a putt. On this one, I'm going to try the Icon Outlaw on a forehand. Ready? Long birdie putt. On number 4, I usually throw a forehand here, but I don't have a slower disc to throw. Guess I'll try a drive. Should have a putt. Ready? All right, so after 4 holes, 2 under par, on this one I think I'm going to try the V-Rock, go down that tunnel. Get down. Oh. Okay, was able to save par thanks to that little forehand upshot with the M1. This one's back to the right. I'm going to try to go slab again to get that fade. It's not that far right. Maybe I'll try this with a mid-range instead. On this one, I usually throw a Bard or a Warship and let it fade in late up that hill. I guess the closest the M1 that I've got. Yeah, all it can do. Yeah, there. Might have a putt. All right, so after 9 holes, I'm 2 down, got 3 birdies and 1 bogey. Some pretty good upshots with the M1 saved me after some crappy drives. Hopefully I can pick it up on the back and get back on track. All right, after that 40 footer I missed, it would have been a great birdie. I've got this downhill hole. I usually throw a really overstable putter on a hyzer angle and let it stick because the landing area is small. I'm not sure what to do here. Sit down. All right, nice birdie with a slab there. Got me 3 under. I think I'm gonna try a slab again through that gap over the bridge. Hold that. It's a longer putt. That's doable. Apparently not by me. I think this one is the only one I can throw the Faro on. It's decently long, but it's a big hyzer line. Let's see if we can get it. Or you just chuck it in the ditch. Okay, so 3 down, got 4 holes left. I'm gonna go M1 on a hyzer, try to get through that gap. There you go. All right, so my camera died before I got to the last 2 holes. I think I got my drive on number 19, but I made the putt on that one, got a nice birdie, had a great drive on 20, but knocked off the band, so that was just a par. So overall, 5 down, over 20 holes, a little bit less than my average, but still better than I did with just a Stego. Going over the disc, the Hunter's a pretty good putter, but I couldn't get it dialed in the way I would really like to. It's got a really sharp under rim, and it felt really wobbly coming out of my hand a lot of the time. I don't know exactly why that was, but I didn't gel with it to a really high degree. Not a bad putter, but not my absolute favorite. Really straight though, and good on approaches. The V-Rock, I threw a couple times. I threw it on hole 5, where I hit a tree kind of in the middle of the fairway, and then I threw it really well on hole 7. Got myself a putt on that one. Overall, it turns more than I would have expected it to. I threw it on a mild hyzer line on 5, and it flipped up and started to skirt to the right a little bit before it faded out, and it wouldn't have hit that tree if it held straight like I thought. So good disc, but a little flippier than I kind of thought it would be. And one that completely surprised me was the M1. I didn't think I was going to end up liking this one or throwing it as much as I did after the pretty bad drive on hole 1, but it just took me a minute to figure out what this disc was. It's not a really overstable Justice or Gila style disc. It's like a Bard or one of your more overstable rock variations. It's great to throw on a hyzer really hard. It'll flip up a bit, hold that line, then fade. I had great drives with it on number 8, again on 10, because some good upshots with it. It saved me on 5 and 9. And then on 17, I had a great drive with it. And actually 16 and 17 I had good drives. 16 might have been an ace if it hadn't hit that tree. So it's not that overstable. So that's a little bit of a misnomer saying overstable mid-range, but really good mid-range. I liked it a lot. On to the Faro. Only threw the Faro once. Not a whole lot of really long holes at Etowah, and the ones that are, I like the forehand line better, but I did throw it on 15. It did exactly what I wanted to do, except it skipped really hard at the end, as you probably saw, and went down the ditch. It went basically pin high, good looking throw, but I didn't control it that well. I think this could be a really great max distance backhand disc for a lot of people, or forehand if your forehand's not super fast. Can't wait to play with that one just a little bit more. And then that comes to the crate. I actually didn't throw the crate at all. So no new news on that one yet. Then the slab. I threw the slab a lot, and I threw it pretty well. It got me my birdie on 2, birdie on 4, on 13, threw a great drive on 14 with it. Overall, it's a great overstable disc that's not so overstable that wouldn't be useful for a lot of players. I never threw it as hard as I could, but I think if I did, it would go pretty far. And then the last one is the Icon Outlaw, which I theorized that because it was so flat, look at that, it's like pedal topped a little bit, that it would be crazy overstable. And it's overstable, but it's not to a really crazy degree. It's more like a good overstable Paul McBeth era Destroyer, maybe like a more overstable Giant variation. I threw it pretty bad on 18, okay on 3, turned it over a little bit more. I just thought it'd be more overstable than it is, but I figured it out on 20 and threw this one about 20 long of the basket. It was in a long configuration, so that's like a 380-foot throw, so it went right at 400 without trying all that hard. It was just a flat flick that came out and was right on line. It basically had an ace shot on that hole, which was very cool. So I really enjoyed the majority of these. A couple of them I'm gonna keep playing around with. I really like both of those drivers, the Outlaw and the Slab. I think the Faro could be really good. I don't think I'll be messing around with the Hunter very much more. Maybe not the V-Rock either. Hard to say about the crate. Haven't had occasion to throw it yet. But the M1, gosh, that gives me something to think about. That was a really good disc. So thank you guys for watching and answering the question, can you just go out and play with your Infinite disc box? Yes, you absolutely can. I could not perform quite as well as my average at Etowah Park with them, but with this setup, that's $67 for the disc and $25 for the bag. Both were on sale, so it came out around $100 or a little less shipped. And my normal bag would be over $400 to replicate between disc and the bag itself. So costing a couple strokes over the course of the day, mainly because I didn't know all the discs, isn't so bad. I definitely liked a few of these, and we'll keep messing around with them. Thanks for watching and have a good day.